Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, good morning, good morning. Hi, gorgeous friend, it's me, Robin, and this is Morning Magic, our time to be together, to share in the light, to live the light, be the light. You know, remember the light. Do you remember the light? This is our time now to be together, and good morning, good morning. I say to you, good morning, good morning. I hope the night was wonderful. I hope that you slept really well, that you're feeling rested today, that you're feeling kind and easy in your heart. I do. And it feels like an important day for us to be together. Feels like an important day for us to be together. So hello. So friends, how are you today? Did you wake up and hug yourself? Did you love on you today? Were you sweet? Were you kind? Were you remembering? Were you being gentle? I wonder. Good morning. Good morning. I'm going to open the window. Oh, the contractors are here today, and there's a lot of hammering happening. Nothing I can do about that, but I thought I could close the window, but no. We don't want to see me sweaty the whole time today, do we? No, we do not. So good morning. Hello. That's better. Friends, how's the weather in your heart today? I'm wearing my dress backwards. This is the truth. So if you see the tag come out, I know. Because look how low cut that thing is. No, I'm just going to say no for me. So good morning. This is all TMI this morning, but that's okay. It's just us. So I'm going to raise my cuppa to you, and then I'm going to say hello to you. Cheers. So good morning, Mr. Jeffrey Pooh. Good morning, Miss Mickey Pooh. Good afternoon, Miss Josie Boo. Hello, Miss Melanie Woo. Hello, Amanda Woo. Hello, Shelly Boo. Hi, Kelly Boo. Hello, Lizzie Girl. Hello, good morning, hello. Good morning, all. Good morning. Amanda says, I'm traveling today in remote areas, so may not see all of the message, but I'm with y'all. And we're with y'all too, Amanda Boo. We are. Good morning. Hi, Anna. Good morning. Kelly says, nice and cool here. Windows are opened, loving the breeze. Yes. I just reopened mine as well. It's nice. And it sounds like the air guns have taken a break. So, the nail guns, I mean. Air guns. Nail guns. Construction. Hi, Jana. Oh, yay, Jen is here. Hello, Jenny Boo. Giving everybody a little nickname today. Good morning. Good morning, Mary Woo. Hello. It's nice to see everybody today. So, friends, cheers. I hope you have your yum yum with you. And did you hug yourself today? I know I ask you this all the time because it's important. That's why I ask you. I hope you were kind and gentle with your own heart today. And did you choose a word for yourself? That's what I want to know. Mary says, hi, love and hugs. My word is it love or heart? The emoji heart could be a lot of things. So good morning. And friends just joining, hello, good morning, it's me, Robin, and hi on the replay. So I want to know what your word is. I want to know what you're focusing on. Okay, love for Mary. Love. For Mickey, it's growth. That's beautiful, growth. I love that. What about the rest of you? Gentle for Liz. That's beautiful, honey. It's really amazing to see the growth in all of us. You know, And of course, it's meant to be. We're meant to be, friends. We are meant to be. And not just our struggle selves. We're meant to be our best and brightest, shiniest. That is not woo-woo mumbo jumbo, by the way. You know, a lot of woo gets a bad rap because some of it gets misappropriated for weird purposes. Do you know what I'm saying? But when you're really riding the light for real, with love in your heart, with joy in your belly, there is no such thing as woo-woo mumbo jumbo. There's just light. So I see the growth in you, and it is beautiful. It's beautiful. So gentle. I love that, Lizzie girl. For Amanda, it is notice. That's a beautiful word too, and that kind of ties into what I want to talk about today. Beautiful. Stella, your word is trust. Beautiful. Josie's word is heart. Liz says, Amanda, I love that. Your word notice. Sticking with B for Melanie. Jen's word today is love. Wow, I love that. Kelly's vibe says, move through the excuse. Amen. We're going there today. I love that. Move through the excuse. Amanda says, I'm glad, Lizzie. Oh yeah, your word. It's so good. Pardon the hair redo. I think I meant to wear it down today, and then this is just my messy morning updo, so we're just gonna have to roll. Whew, it's giving me, do you ever get a headache from your buns? Yeah, this one was giving me a little bit. It's very high. I feel kind of like my babysitter Trudy with the big. Oh, that reminds me, I have to get you something to show you. The big, she would put big plastic flowers in her bun, but she had one of those, what were those things called? That tower, like Marge Simpson. The big, I think you stick it on. I don't think it's your own hair, because this is my own hair, and that's as big as it gets. All right, I digress. Let's go. Jana's word is open. Oh, that's beautiful, Jana. I want to show you guys something. Isn't it amazing? You know, I used to be, way back in 1872 when our pandemic began. I used to be so worried about all this stuff. Now I'm just like, you know, adjusting my bra, wearing my dress backwards, fixing my hair, going to get things. I received a Mary from a dear, somebody I see for healing sessions here at the house, used to, because I don't believe I'm going to be doing that anymore in person. And she makes these Marys, and she buys these vintage, this one is a planter, these vintage, and then she puts on, you know, old rosaries and flowers and everything. But for those of you who know my story about Trudy, my first babysitter, who babysat me every day because my mom was a single mom. And I was sick all the time. I hardly went to school until maybe first or second grade. So she babysat me all the time, but she pinned these in her hair. So I thought it was super significant to get this mother, this beautiful mother, in the mail from my friend. Isn't that beautiful? So, yeah. The higher the hair, the closer to God. All right. Because look, and if I really work it, I can get a light on top of my head too. So friends, I love it too. She's so beautiful. There's even, look, a big one on the top, as if to say, hey girl, in case you missed it. You know, I love it. So today, I want to talk about love, you guys. It's funny how many of you pick the word and notice and aware and love and all of these things. And I want to talk about ego, our suffering one. She's not on Etsy yet, and I wrote her and said, you know, because we've talked about her creations, and she's she's got a really, like, she does a lot of bling on her purses and things too, but it's special. It's really got a look to it. So I wrote her and asked her, because I thought I would buy some of these to give as gifts, and she said, you're the first person I've ever given one to. We have them here at the house, but I've never made one for anybody else. And I was very nervous. And so I felt so honored, you know, so in time, I'm sure. But it's beautiful. Yeah. So, and she looks like Tara. Like, she looks like a lot of different goddesses, you know, if depending on how you put her. And I love that she has the bindi there, like me. I got a natural one, but it's so sweet. So, yeah, we're building confidence. So today, let's talk about love, friends. Let's talk about our journey. Let's talk about our progress. You are making incredible progress. And you really are. You really, really are. You're making incredible progress. And it's so absolutely necessary to take a day to honor your progress. Take some time to honor your progress. You know, we do this in certain places. I'm even noticing how, you know, when I ride my bike around town, now people have signs up on their yard because we can't honor people's progress, like graduating school or going to college or these things. So people are putting signs out to announce, you know, progress. Sometimes you take a garden tour and look at your garden's progress, or you walk around. I should stop doing this because I'm not being sarcastic, you know, but we go around and we look at progress. We admire progress. So today, one of the first things is take some time and admire your progress. Be proud of yourself. Notice how far you've come. Remember back. I watched back the first message I recorded when the coronavirus started to become a thing. Right after we got home from Italy. My hair was on point, I have to say. It looks so different now. So many months without any touch-ups or anything. It's kind of funny. I look like a different person, but and we were all different people. If you think about it, back in February or whatever, we were all different people. This time has changed us, and I hope you see for the better or for the more, not better, because you've always been perfect. You've always been beautiful. You've always been on point in terms of the work you're doing and the way you are. And yay, Josie says, I'm proud of myself. Amen. Pew, 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 pew. Josie Boo, pew, pew. Proud of you too. So notice some progress today and take some time for yourself. You know, I've been noticing a lot how we interact with other people, and we're really sometimes looking to get our needs met through other people. We're looking for confirmation or an affirmation or permission. We're looking for bolstering, to be lifted up. We're looking for reminders of who we truly are. And permission, again, you know, like, am I okay? Is this okay? Did I say it the right way? Is this all right? Did I do it right? Do you think I'm a good person? Do you think I'm okay? Do you think, you know, I'm lovable? Do you think I'm beautiful? Whoops, what am I forgetting? Anything? Think about it as you look to other people. What would you love? I'm lovable, you know. Hi, Caitlin. Good morning. What would you love, you know, from other people? It's really good to sit with this because you realize that you're not giving it to yourself. It's great. I have friends. I need to hear things all the time, and I'm really good at asking specifically for what I want to hear too. It's okay. It's okay. But the point is to also know the progress in your own heart, because if we don't do it, if we don't know the progress in our own heart, guess what happens? Did you guess? Are you guessing? Are you there, caller? Are you listening? Did you? Did you guess? If we don't know it in our own hearts and we go to other people to be shored up, to be supported, to be loved, to be affirmed, you know, we're not in our center. We're not in our highest self. We're not in our knowing. And depending on who we go to, we might not get to hear something that's really helpful. And so it's really important to sit in your own heart and affirm your progress and know that you're good. And this is why I love I hope this is making sense today. This is why I love so much Paul Selig and the guides, the saying, I know who I am, I know what I am, and I know how I serve. I know how I serve. And what does that mean? That means I'm a spark. I'm a being expressing herself. You know, I'm this God being expressing itself as Robin in this lifetime. I come from God. I am a divine spark. Hey friends, just joining. Hi Allie. I am a spark. I am a spark. Try it on. I am a spark. I am radiance, you know? I am a spark. This is not ego. This is actually humility. I am that. You are that. And how do I serve? I serve by being myself in this life, by being me in this life. By being me. By being me. Me. In all the ways. Backward dress wearing, kooky bun having, storytelling, hot flash, hot, you know, whatever. Loving what I love, loving who I love. Even all my little quirks, my annoyances, whatever. So, to admire the progress, to admire your journey, to admire who you are, and to decide to be loving, to decide to be kind, because we are so hard on ourselves, are we not? And, you know, depending on your blame thrower, you might look out there and blame certain things on other people because you can't give it to yourself, you know? Be upset with other people who aren't affirming you or giving you appreciation or feedback or compliments or saying thank you. These are all things I have struggled with forever. And the more I work on this, the more people come in and share those very things I was always looking for when I couldn't be in my own center. So Kelly says, yep, I sure am, repeating over and over and over again. Yeah. Melanie says, I have a right to be just as I am. Amen. I have a right to be as I am. And Spirit is tapping me, reminding me to be as I am. Be as you are. Be as you are. Be as you are. Be as you are. Be. Be. I feel like I should go boom da chta boopa. Boom ba chta boopa. Be. Be. As you are, you know. So we gotta be as we are. A lot of critical things come in with comparison, looking at other people and comparing ourselves. You have to think about how this works for you. I can only give you examples coming to me now and trust that you will convert to the way that's right for you. Thank you. Be as you are. You know, but we can spend a lot of time being hurt that people don't get who we are. You don't see me. You don't get me. You don't appreciate me. You don't understand me. You don't know what I've given up for you. You don't know how hard I work. You don't get how hard I try. They don't care about me. They never ask me about me. They're not interested in knowing how I am. So, a day of appreciation, a day of self-love, a day of self-care, a day of kindness, a day of giving yourself all the things, a day of looking yourself in the eyes and saying, you are amazing. A day of giving yourself what you want. You know? Sometimes I listen to people, and I think it's an interesting thing if you're somebody who helps people, if you serve, and that's all of us actually. But I'm thinking about in sessions, there's always this moment that happens where there's this gap between what I'm understanding and receiving and what the person is sharing and where they're at, what they're sharing. And I remind myself all the time, sometimes by the minute, it's not about what I understand. It's about what you understand. It's your life. It's your heart. It's your perspective. It's your way. And we're walking together, but you are looking to come out of where you're currently standing and move into a more fuller, clearer picture of yourself, you know? So the gap might be huge. Like, I may see a bunch of things or understand a bunch of things, but it's really for you to figure out and decide and come out. So, you know, I've learned to ask better questions, to hold space, and sometimes I just sit in quiet prayer, because the true carpenter with the hammer, as in the J-man, that's who's really here in the session, you know? Do you know that scripture, wherever two or more are gathered in my name, there I am also? So the greatest thing you could ever do is dedicate time to yourself and your journey, dedicate time to knowing who you are, and really, you know, a lot of us are introverts and spend a lot of time alone on our own anyway, but this is different. This is an intentional thing to say, I'm going to know myself. I'm going to know my values. I'm going to know what I stand for. I'm going to know how I feel. I'm going to know, you know, because otherwise we're at the mercy of everyone else. And, you know, sometimes it's a codependent thing. We just do what the other person wants because we're afraid. So we say yes. We don't even know whether or not we mean yes. And we say yes. It's so good what I'm talking about here. It's so good. Learning to face your fear. Learning to step in and share, you know, with yourself what you really want. So that you're more and more present in your heart. More and more able to talk to yourself. To have that, why are you so angry with this person about what they said? Why are you so hurt that so-and-so hasn't written you back? You know, why are you so bothered by this? This thing keeps happening and you get so triggered by it. Instead of rejecting yourself for how you feel, because we all do that, you know, right? And a lot of us don't like recognizing how we're actually feeling. It doesn't fit with our idealized self-image. You know? But so what? The good news is it's really not you. The angry, the jealous, the envious, the hurt, the despairing. It's not really your true self anyway. So who cares? So what? Who cares? Anybody remember this? So what? Who cares? Let me catch up with you, friends. So Shelley says, what to do with the pain that arises from not being appreciated by others, even when standing in light of knowing we are love and light, it can still hurt so much. Great question. My feelings get hurt too. I'm very sensitive. I cry easily, and I have two things on that. One is, if somebody is really close to me, if we're really in a friendship, in a relationship, then I speak about it. I let them know my love language. I try. You know, sometimes you're just not there yet and you can't. So I think it's good to let people in who really, really matter. Let them know. Be vulnerable. Because it's not about using our spiritual practice to be impervious to life. Right? You want to be met. You want to be seen. You want to be held. And the people you choose to envelop in your bubble, or they into you into theirs, you're making one together, obviously. People need to know. We're all living first-person perspective, and we're all thinking everybody is just like us. They think the same way we do. They, you know, and that's why sometimes we're surprised. So one thing is to let people know this is how it is. But the other is, the deeper is, why am I upset about this? You find surprising stories about yourself in there. You know, it used to really bother me when people would come to circles. This is going way back, and they would come and say, I have to leave early, I'm just letting you know, can't stay, bye. You know, it really used to bother me. It used to hurt my feelings. I would get very upset, and I would also feel embarrassed, and that was such a surprising sensation to feel. Why are you embarrassed? And things that could happen, you know, like, yeah, I don't know, just like that, embarrassed. So you sit with that. Why are you embarrassed? And you might feel like that, rejecting, stupid, you know, because we're mean to ourselves when we don't like things. But the longer you sit with it, and I recommend you put your hands on your body somewhere. Come on, what's going on? Take a breath and ask. What's happening? What's happening? You know? Well, it's individual. I mean, for me, I was left a lot growing up. I was abandoned a lot. I was betrayed a lot. That kind of thing. And so sometimes that would be the trigger. That would be the feeling. But then you come to a new place and you realize, you know, wow, don't people have the right to come and go? Don't people have the right to come and go? Of course they do. Don't I have the right to come and go? Of course I do. You know, and can I love myself, and can I look forward to practicing? Of course I can. Of course I can, because I want us all to be free. I want to be free. I want you to be free. So that's, you know, that's my practice. And the other thing is, you know, the pain that's arising, I wish I could screen. You know, Shelley, would you mind texting me that? I would love to do this on the podcast. I feel like it's so important. I could do the whole episode on this. If there's some way to screenshot the comment, I can't do it while we're live. But, you know, the other thing that is interesting is I have gone away from my center. If my feelings in any way, shape, or form are hurt by how you other person are being or not being towards me. Clearly I'm not home. Clearly I'm not home. So, I mean, the big thing is just breathing and relaxing and knowing it's okay. And also, this is something I've had to practice, especially with the kids. Lizzie, I don't know if you're still here, but the courtesy extends both ways. You are free to feel that way about me, and I am free to know who I am. You are free to be, to ignore me, because it's not your job to applaud me and give me accolades all day. And I am free to ask you if I want accolades. You know what I'm saying? So we just keep practicing. But this is like, especially when you have kids and things are going on when they're younger and they basically don't like you, can't stand you, push against you, blame you, and your behavior is a match to that a lot of times. It's a duo dance. It's never just one or the other. This is where I would practice. The courtesy extends both ways. It's all good. It's fine. Kelly says, this is so good. The fire engines just went by here. Hello, wake up. Yes. Self-compassion. Thank you. Yeah. Off-center. Off-center. So, you know, this is why I need to practice. I can get so mired in a story, especially a codependent thing, you know, because if you really think about your parenting style, the way you were parented from 0 to 5, the attachment theory is there. If you ever look up attachment theory, I'd be curious to see what you think yours is, you know, like ambivalent, crazy attachment styles. There's all kinds of ways that you learn to do a dance with the other. Very early on, your mother other, or your father, or just the family. And that's the style we stay in. You know, for the rest of our lives, we keep projecting the face of the other, the parent, or whoever the primary caregiver was, onto the other people. And that's why I say mother other, mother other. So we project that stuff, and this is why we have to keep doing our work. I love Melody Beatty, all her codependent stuff. My favorite book of hers is Beyond Codependency. It's just like, how do I live in the groove from here on out, knowing that this is my tendency to want to merge with people. You know, when you want other people to be proud of you, to appreciate you, to love you, that kind of stuff, that's pretty much a good clue. When you're afraid to say no, when you're feeling scared to say what you really think, when you feel guarded around other people, that's a good clue too. Nothing wrong with it. Just we're practicing. So, and this is why a day of appreciation is so good, to realize I have come a long way. There was another time where this would have been devastating, whatever is happening, you know, devastating. And you guys are so in tune, you know, you're beautiful souls, and you can help your friends out as well. I was talking a little while ago about when I have healing sessions with friends, and there's this big gap where I understand, like, how I would language this is not where the other person might be at right now. Language it. You know, you run into this, I am sure. Where it's like two different worlds are coming together, and in this gap, say a prayer. Help me have the words to soften the resistance. Help me to find the words to soften this gap, to close this gap. Help me to find the perfect, you know what to say, you know? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say? And to whom? You know, that's Course in Miracles. One of the workbook lessons of, you know, ask Spirit to step in. When you're in your center, when you're really home in yourself, even if you feel like, I'm anxious, I'm worried. Big truck. I'm anxious, I'm worried, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, you know. Help me to have the words. You know, not too long ago, one of my best friends wrote and said, I'm still coming in September to stay with you. You know, we get together once a year. I really like to travel, but she came to stay with me last time. So she said, I'm still coming to stay with you. And I said, holy shit, this is a huge gap because it's a hard no for me. But there's this feeling of a fear, you know, and also a shock of disbelief. Like, what? You know, maybe people are going to visit each other and sleeping over at each other's houses. But in my house, that just feels like a hard no. Like, I don't even get it. But before I go to crazy town about it, because do you ever do that? You get all worked up. You get all worked up before you even had a conversation. That's the gap where you say, take this and let me know how we handle. Take this and let me know. Let me know. Take some deep breaths. Soften in and relax. Soften in and relax, because neither one of us has the right perfect answer, and we both matter, and we're both sparks of the divine. Nobody's like wrong and I'm right. This could be about Black Lives Matter, couldn't it? This could be about defunding the police. This could be about politics. This could be about so many things right now. But right now it's about COVID and one of my besties wanting to come stay here for the weekend in the fall. So I just said, you know, I don't see how that would be so nice. I don't see how that's going to happen. I don't see how that's going to happen. Hey, friends, just joining. Lovely to see you. Don't see how that's going to happen. And she said, yeah, but I'm just letting you know I would totally be there. And I was like, yeah, you know, I really had to work with my disbelief and my, what? You know, that feeling like, I don't get it. Because people are immune suppressed in my home. So I feel a double responsibility about taking care of the number one husband who I live with. And also my friend is as well, which I thought was so interesting. So you can pray in the gap. You don't have to come up with your hard answer, and you really shouldn't. There is no need to carry it all day and churn for hours and journal about it and all of that. But how do I know that? Because I've been there. You know, stay with yourself, process your feelings, stay with your feelings, give yourself space, but also knowing who you are helps you speak truth. And also everybody's free. You know, it's like there is no wrong way and there is no one right way. Everybody's free. Everybody's free. So let me catch up with you here, friends. Yep. Juicy nuggets. Yeah. There's only you and me, and we just disagree. I love that Dave Mason song. I wrote a blog post called The Very Same Thing, actually, about finding my dad's journal after he died about me. Like, don't do it. don't read it. I still am like, whoa. Yeah, no. Burn the journals. If I ever go, you guys, somebody's here at the house, burn the journals. Yeah, we do go to crazy town, you guys, don't we? It's not funky town, it's crazy town. Mary says, love that. Different opinions, philosophies would be another great podcast episode. Will you text me? You know, I kind of am in an altered zone on these, and then I have no way to get the comments back. Would you mind messaging me that? I would be honored. I really only want to talk about what's relevant for all of us, you know. This week I'm going to talk about comparison. I'm going to hope to record later today. And I'm still looking for a good letter this week, you guys. The 4 agreements, Melanie says. Yes, that is beautiful. These are all things we could be, thanks Mary, revisiting, because, you know, be in integrity with your words is everything to me. That's one that is like my deepest principle. Take nothing personally is another. I don't remember the others offhand, Melanie, but it's okay. If you have something to say on that, don't take it personally. It's tough because we do run into other people's egos. That's what we're running into. When people pound back with their blah, blah, blah on things you're saying, online it happens a lot. I get emails. I get emails. Yeah, those are, I guess those are the good ones. My tag, my dress is backwards. My tag keeps coming out. Seam ripper. I am totally going to take the seam ripper and take the stacker because I really like, doesn't it look better like this? It's kind of cute. All right, I digress. Yeah, so when people feel free to just like puke all over with their comments, they just push you aside and they're just telling you all this stuff. Oh, you don't want to do that. Jeff and I have a joke in the house. Oh, you don't want to do that. It's like, yeah, this is my house. I live here. Oh, you don't want to plant that there. Yeah, it's my house. I do, you know? But opinions, sharings, things we know, things we want to share, especially if you're coming into the spiritual space and you're talking about world issues. Anytime I write about political stuff, Black Lives Matter, podcast on that, which is like pretty much every episode now, somehow it comes up, I'll get something saying, don't get into politics. This is my respite place. Please don't get into politics. You're ruining it for me. You know, and if they're not particularly kind or appreciative, there's a button at the bottom of the email they're responding to. I just unsubscribe them because I'm free to do that. It's my business, you know, and I'm paying to host people, right? So it's just about clarity and knowing who you are, and also seeing you're looking at other people's ego and their unfinished business. When they say things to you or they don't recognize you, going back, Shelley, when they don't get you and they don't see you, you're seeing their unfinished business. You're seeing the echoes of what's going on for them. I would have a lot of jealousy stuff come up. People would say to my face, I'm so jealous of what you have. And it would be like, you know, that is really a shitty way to celebrate your friends. To tell them openly that you're jealous of them. Learn to celebrate your friends. You've worked really hard. I'm so proud of you. I love who you are. You inspire me. I tell my friends that all the time. You will never hear me say I'm jealous. Why? I'm a spark. You're a spark. All the opportunities are before us. The personal is political. Remember this from way back? Yeah, Mary, so true. Melanie says, people working out of their wounding typically, and then we internalize into our own. It gets messy. Amen. Yeah, the mic drop on the personal is political. Yeah. Yeah. Don't take it personally was humongous for me, Melanie says. For lots of us, yeah. And I, you know, did you grow up? I grew up with a mom who didn't have her stuff all together. God bless her in so many ways. She showed me the world. She did the job of a mama and a papa, and she showed me the world. And she showed me what's possible. And she was fearless. And I will never, ever forget or talk her down, you know, and she failed miserably, you know, as a mother in that way that I would have liked, I should say, you know. So I got a lot of early training in being attacked and being criticized and ridiculed and shunned and put down and made fun of and teased and not backed up. And that means you attract a lot of people in who keep the behaviors going throughout your life. You end up being with people, you end up dating people like that, and hopefully one day you realize, hey, spark of the divine, spark of the divine, I know who I am. Choose better. You know? Be in integrity with your own heart. It's so important. Amanda says, just had a friend tell me that yesterday. Jealous of my garden. It doesn't feel good to hear that. Absolutely. And you see what you're working with there. And for last night, Jeff and I said, did you look at Amanda's post? I sent number one husband your beautiful pictures. And we talked about, we admired you, honey. And we talked about how inspiring you are and what a goddess you are. And for real, we did. You know, it doesn't make that other person wrong, but also, like, if that doesn't feel good, I'm not doing any more garden tours with you. You know? It's important. Unable to receive is not a friend I can party with. Unable to appreciate. But it took a lot of years of having that happen to learn that. All their stuff hanging out, yeah. Kelly says, I can feel that from both sides, receiving the jealous and giving the jealous. Thank you for that, Mare. Same here. And you are, Kelly, thank you for saying that. You're taking Lightworker love. There were a couple really good lessons. I don't know if you saw those, the green-eyed monster of jealousy and, you know, talking about envy and stuff. It can be hard because some people really have the thing that we think we really, really want. And, you know, we can feel so disturbed that we don't have it too. And when we look at them, it's impossible to just be in that place because we have work to do. We've got some work to do around that. So I get it too. Absolutely. And, you know, I love staying open to the mystery of the unknown. I really don't know my life path. I know my preferences, but like in the book of Paul Selig, In the Way of Mastery, that book, I said it wrong again, the Book of Mastery, they talk about if you could simply practice losing your fear of the unknown, the things you would really love to come closer could, because you're not like going like this, pushing it away because you're scared something bad is going to happen. So it's funny. It's like everybody I'm connected to has things that I could be really jealous about. And that's where I decided to start practicing. I'm not going to greet this stuff with envy. And I want to be a friend. I really care about being a friend, you know, who I want to hear all of it. I don't want to just hear the pretty stuff, and I don't want you to have to be guarded with me. And that's what happens when you're with jealous people or envious or people who aren't sincere. You know it and you're guarded. So, you know, that's what I pride myself on. Kelly says, yeah, early training. It's true. It's true. We are getting early training from a very early time, and that's why we really need to sit with ourselves and, why do I feel this way? What's going on? How is it familiar? Can I forgive? You know, I've really had to work the forgiveness piece with my mother, and sometimes just grieve. Do you know, I never hugged my mother. Even on her deathbed, I couldn't do it. There's nothing wrong with me, by the way, for that. I couldn't do it. I'm one of the best huggers around, by the way. Just FYI. So that's amazing, Amanda, that she's taking care of your garden. This is going to be a beautiful practice. So we can play with this imagery of letting her, seeing her unfold in her own beauty and take what she's learning and bring it home. That is gorgeous. I love seeing how people are inspired by things I share. Don't you? You know? Yeah. Allow yourself to be inspired. Turn that negative vibe into a happy, positive. So true, Kelly. So beautiful. So let's do a little healing. I've got a client at 10, which is probably in 2 minutes. If it's not for you today, just do it that way. Yeah. Just do it that way. You know, and I should say, find it in your heart too, because if you had that kind of parenting situation that I had, it doesn't mean it was everywhere. Like, I had an amazing Omi, my grandma, and I had 3 aunts who adored the shit out of me. They loved me, and I feel like that's why I came out of childhood so well. I mean, believe me, we don't have time. I have my share of stuff, but you really only need one mentor growing up that sees you and gets you, that lights up. And it doesn't even have to be a constant. It could be just like 2 summers, camp counselor, something really amazing. So, yeah, the village love. Amen. Amen. Yeah. You know, and it's so much bigger because I really needed that mothering that way to be where I am today. It would have been a different trajectory for me. And this is how I serve, right? I sit with people who know this pain. I'm the mother other for other friends. That's such an honor. I would never be here had I gotten those things. You see? So there's no sadness for me around that anymore. Of course there was a lot of grieving. It was a pleasure to be with you. So friends, kindness and love. I appreciate your support. If you feel called to support this love I offer, or perhaps register for a course. Lightworker Love is so amazing. I'm going to be doing a live healing circle coming up. Just stay tuned, but I would appreciate your support, or just put this work into practice. That's the best support. Share it on with a friend. Tell somebody else about it. And yeah, kindness and love to all. Good to see you. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Kelly. All right, let's ring the bell. Here comes my... All right. That would just be the session. Could somebody type now? I'm going to do a little bell for us. And then we'll say goodbye. Hmm.